oddest celebrity lineups ever appeared on stage.
But if you're a reggae fan, I know you don't have it.
Shaq's dick is so big he uses it as a selfie stick.
For handsome, and O'Neal is the Irish word for just kidding.
Shaquille O'Neal sat with Snoop. All around Martha Stewart were stand-up comedians. Kevin Hart hosted the madness as Jeff Ross, Pete Davidson, Natasha Leggero, Chris D'Elia, and Hannibal Buress prepared to hit Bieber from every angle.
Justin Bieber, everybody! Time flies when you're a piece of shit.
The room felt hostile before the jokes. Everyone knew the goal. No holds barred. Bieber started the night well. After questioning what happens when you give a youngster $200 million, he said,
"What do you get when you give a teenager $200 million? A bunch of has-beens calling you a lesbian for 2 hours."
Bieber announced the setup first, so the audience went crazy. That quip quickly transformed the mood. Instead of becoming offended, Bieber embraced the turmoil. The atmosphere became dangerous when Pete Davidson took the microphone.
It's an honor to be at a roast hosted by Shaq's dick.
Pete's uneasy confidence and dark humor have always been his trademark, and he quickly tested the roast format.
If I was 38, I'd be freaking out right now.
The celebrity visitors around him were mocked to start. Pete first targeted Ludacris, stating that younger people probably barely knew him from their parents' collection CDs.
You might know Ludacris from your mom's That's What I Call Music CD.
Pete joked that Shaq took breaks from tossing barrels at Mario like a video game character.
Thanks for being here and taking a break from throwing barrels at Super Mario.
Pete continued increasing the absurdity, which got enormous laughs. He quipped that Shaq had broken backboards and cervixes throughout his career, sending the crowd berserk. The time Pete attacked Bieber's father-son connection is still remembered.
Snoop's son just got accepted to play Division I college football. So Snoop Dogg found out he has a son.
Davidson said he was pleased his father perished in the September 11 attacks after meeting Bieber's father. The audience gasped and laughed. Even stage celebrities were surprised.
You know, I lost my dad on 9/11.
That joke breached a line most comedians would never pass, making it one of the roast's highlights.
And I always regretted growing up without a dad, until I met your dad, Justin. Now I'm glad mine's dead.
The roast was handled differently by Natasha Leggero.
These men combined have made millions in child support payments.
She spoke gently and tastefully, making the jokes seem even crueler. Kevin Hart was next.
Kevin does all of his own stunts. He climbs into his own chair. He goes up on his wife.
She then spoke one of the night's most famous jokes to Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille is an Arabic name for handsome, and O'Neal is the Irish word for just kidding.
She delivered the joke as an educational fact before twisting it into an insult, which worked. Natasha then compared Jeff Ross to an Uber driver before attacking Chris D'Elia.
Rose, how's the Uber driving going?
She joked that D'Elia replied what would happen if Dane Cook were rich, but less talented.
Question, what if Dane Cook had half the talent and a rich father?
A reoccurring roast subject was Martha Stewart's jail past. Despite all the rappers on stage, Natasha noted that Martha Stewart had served the longest time in prison.
Snoop, you look like Shaq's skeleton.
Audiences totally lost it.
And Martha Stewart has done the most jail time.
Natasha reminded everyone how rapidly Bieber climbed from YouTube popularity before saying that,
"Seems like only yesterday you were discovered on YouTube. Time flies when you're a piece of shit."
time flies when you're bad. Selena Gomez was also joked about dating Bieber, making her the least luckiest Selena in showbiz history.
Justin, Selena Gomez had to f you.
The roast had become a public execution by then. Energy shifted as Shaquille O'Neal stood up. Shaq treated the roast like a playoff game trash talker. His confidence fueled his performance.
Shaq Diesel and Martha Stewart's baby daddy.
His initial quip about Martha Stewart referenced their purported chemistry and made fun of their odd bond.
Once you go Shaq, you never go back. Ain't that right, Martha?
Shaq said rap and reggae fans didn't buy Snoop's CD. Even Snoop laughed.
If you're a rap fan, you may not have it. But if you're a reggae fan, I know you don't have it.
Shaq looked downstage and labeled everyone scrubs.
Look at all these scrubs on the stage.
He likened the roast lineup to dismal Lakers teams and called Jeff Ross a cafeteria girl.
Jeff got a body like a cafeteria lady.
He briefly gave Bieber important advice to organize his life.
Justin, as a father of 6, you gotta straighten up, son.
Shaq reminded him that he was one of the world's most disliked celebrities.
Fifth most hated person of all time, and he uses your music to torture people.
He quipped that dictators tortured using Bieber's music. Shaq then criticized Bieber's Jesus tattoo and asked why he kept dragging religion into his turmoil.
Justin got a tattoo of Jesus on his calf. Why you gotta bring Jesus in your mess? That man has suffered enough.
Balance was key to Shaq's set. His humor and disappointment made his performance more genuine than others.
That man has suffered enough.
Chris D'Elia focused on Bieber's music career.
Baby is the most hated video online, like statistically, if you check that shit out.
Chris linked Bieber's music video dislikes to internet violent extremist videos.
And there are also ISIS videos online.
He quipped that many witnessed horrific images and believed Bieber performing in a bowling alley was worse.
Nope, still not worse than Bieber featuring Luda in a bowling alley.
The audience surged because everyone got the reference.
You literally are a guy who has it all, except for respect, love, friends, good parents, and a Grammy.
His joke started off good before becoming insults. One of the roast's strongest patterns was that nobody expected Martha Stewart to be a roast comedy star.
I know you're all wondering why I'm here tonight.
Martha really embraced her jail past. She converted her entire act into jail survival tips for Bieber, presuming he would go to prison.
To use when he inevitably ends up in prison.
She demonstrated gum and comb shank construction. She calmly explained jail life as she would cooking or interior decoration on TV.
I made mine out of a pintail comb and a pack of gum.
Contrast made every joke strike harder.
Off a piece of Martha Stewart's ass.
Martha reported frightening convicts and surviving jail by targeting the cafeteria's largest individual.
Picked out the biggest bull dyke and I stuck her.
Her confidence in stating everything was the funniest part. She wasn't attempting to sound cool. She sounded knowledgeable. It somehow made everything funnier. Jeff Ross performed the roast as predicted. Complete devastation.
Martha, I want to you so bad.
He instantly attacked Martha Stewart's stock controversy before linking it to Ludacris's song.
Which reminds me, Ludacris's new album drops tomorrow.
He regularly criticized Shaq's stature and Snoop Dogg's attractiveness.
Shaq's dick is so big, he uses it as a selfie stick. Snoop, you look like a retired WNBA player.
Laughing at Pete Davidson's 9/11 family tragedy was very emotional for Ross.
It's Pete Davidson's dad inside the World Trade Center.
Jeff Ross has long thought roast comedy should have no borders, and his performance proved it. Then he faced Bieber. Ross labeled Bieber the King Joffrey of pop.
You are the King Joffrey of pop. Anyway, Biebs, you have such a huge career behind you.
That moment interrupted the hilarity and accepted reality. Snoop Dogg makes everything seem easy.
I've been smoking and drinking. I feel real good about myself.
Snoop hardly tried. The audience calmed when Snoop took the microphone because his magnetism carried everything.
Justin's life changed when Usher heard one of his songs and liked it, which only goes to prove that Usher ain't black.
Snoop then addressed Bieber's pet monkey scandal.
But nigga, you bought a monkey.
Bieber's wild fame years were filled with media headlines about exotic pets and irresponsible spending. Snoop made one memorable joke out of the whole scenario. Hannibal Buress doesn't even imitate Bieber.
Is this a roast or is this Tyler Perry's of Mice and Men?
Hannibal Buress performed emotionally detached. He seemed frustrated rather than angry, which made everything funny. He then attacked Shaq's IQ, Snoop Dogg's attractiveness, and Chris D'Elia's comedic career.
Have his shoe size, IQ, and jersey all be the same number. Snoop was like a cool-ass salamander that's performing horrible stand-up comedy.
The greatest moment came when Hannibal said he didn't like Bieber and just accepted the roast for professional advancement. The crowd respected him more for his honesty.
Yeah, Justin Bieber, they say that you roast the ones you love, but I hate your music, man. More than Bill Cosby hates my comedy.
Next, Ron Burgundy from Anchorman was totally portrayed by Will Ferrell. Burgundy treated Bieber's scandals like news instead of roast jokes.
Currently over at Stage 24, hosting Spike TV's Your Mother's a Fat Bitch award show. As far as I'm concerned, this guy is doing it right.
Burgundy urged him to be more irresponsible instead of instructing him to calm down. That changed the redemptive story everyone expected.
What do you get when you give a teenager $200 million? A bunch of has-beens calling you a lesbian for 2 hours.
Bieber took the microphone after hours of silence while being abused. It was surprising how well he handled it. Bieber blasted everyone without becoming furious, defensive, or emotional.
Kevin is so short he calls Lil Wayne Wayne. Do everything Martin Lawrence did, only shittier.
He made fun of Martha Stewart's personal life.
And Martha, thanks for coming. I know that's probably something you don't do much of anymore.
He commended and insulted Chris D'Elia.
I'm a huge fan of Chris D'Elia. Chris gets a ton of girls. You wanna know why? Because I'm a big fan of Chris D'Elia.
He then mocked Snoop Dogg by noting that he appeared at his roast with Martha Stewart and Hannibal Buress.
Yes, but he was actually the Billboard's top male artist the year I was born.
Bieber finally seemed calm, which delighted the audience. This event showed something about celebrity culture. Celebrity survival doesn't always mean avoiding criticism. Sometimes it's about sitting in the fire, laughing with everyone, and demonstrating you can take it.